16th October 2021 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, keep your intellects busy in churning knowledge, and you will become free from all worries and remain constantly happy. Question: what are the signs of those who consider themselves to be servants of shivbaba sacrificial fire? Answer: they instantly accept whatever shivbaba says through Brahma's mouth. To accept whatever shivbaba says is to follow Srimad. It is only by following the directions of Sri Sri Shivbaba that you become elevated. To become elevated means to become part of the rosary of victory. Song: Salutations to Shiv. Om Shanti. God Shiv speaks to the Saligrams. The spiritual father explains to you, spiritual children. Your children now know that while you sit here, you have to consider yourselves to be souls. There wouldn't be a single human being in the whole world who considers himself to be a soul. They don't know what a soul is, and so how could they know the Supreme Soul? Only from the Father do you receive the explanation of what a soul really is. Because human beings don't know anything. They are so unhappy. Your children know that the duration of this drama, the sculpture of the world, is 5,000 years. If the seed of a mango were living, it would explain that it is a seed and that this is the way a tree emerges from it. However, that is non living. There is only one living tree. You have received the knowledge of the whole tree from the beginning to the end. You understand it number wise according to the efforts you make. The Father says, I am the seed of the human world tree, the truth, the living being, and the embodiment of bliss. I am called the ocean of knowledge. Thus is the praise of the incorporeal one. You know that the praise of the Father is unique. Human beings don't know the praise of the Father at all. Although Lakshmi and Narayan are those deities, they too don't have this knowledge. You have received this knowledge of the drama. You know how this world cycle turns and how this knowledge does not remain when you become deities. It is a wonder. You are actors of this drama, are you not? You have the knowledge of the Creator and the beginning, the middle, and the end of creation. Neither the Shudra clan nor the deity clan have this knowledge. It isn't that this knowledge continues from time immemorial. As they have said about the festivals, you now understand that no one in the golden age knows about these festivals. There you will not remember anything. There you will rule a kingdom. The locks on the intellects of all of you have opened. You know the main creator, director, and principal actor. You receive such a good knowledge. Those who don't know this knowledge are senseless. You too were senseless. You are now becoming deities. Those who have this knowledge trickling into their intellects will experience infinite happiness. No one apart from you can understand this knowledge. God the Father is called the World Almighty Authority, the Knowledgeful One. What knowledge does He have? He has the knowledge of all the Vedas, scriptures, and the beginning, the middle, and the end of the whole world. Even in the scriptures, there is no knowledge of the Creator or creation. And that is why the rishis and munis have been saying that they don't know the Creator or His creation. There is only one who can explain, and so how could anyone else know it? No one else apart from your children can give this knowledge. It is the Father who gives it to you. He is so great and knowledgeful. you receive such a high status. You should experience so much happiness being the children of the unlimited Father. Your intellect should become filled with knowledge. There isn't anything that you don't know. You are now becoming master knowledgeful. The soul that has become Tamopradhan will become Satopradhan by remembering the Father. It is number wise. The intellects of some of you will have become Rajo from Tamo, and those of others will have become Sato from Rajo. At present, no one has a Satopradhan intellect. When they do become Satopradhan, you will reach your Karmatit stage. A new world will then be needed for you to rule. When the sacrificial fire comes to an end, the sacrifice of the whole of the old world is put into it, and your studies also come to an end, number wise, according to the efforts you make. Students in a school understand that they will pass their examinations and then be transferred to the next class. When you reach your Karmatit stage, you will be transferred from this land of death to the land of immortality. You know that you are going to be transferred from here. You will become pure and go to the land of immortality. Originally, we were residents of the land of peace, and then, while playing our parts, we came from the land of immortality and arrived in the land of death. When you have all this knowledge in your intellects, you will remain happy. You will not think of anything except knowledge. You should also explain that we will now study and become the masters of the new world. Here, there are only impure beings. There are no deities who would make you into deities from human beings. Only the Father can make you that. You can now explain that heaven truly did exist and that the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan existed there. Who established it? Heavenly God, the Father established paradise where the deities ruled. No other religions exist there. This is a huge unlimited play. You are living beings. You know that the seed of this tree is up above. The Father is imperishable and you too are imperishable. The whole tree has now reached a state of total decay. At this time, all human beings have become like thorns. This is a forest of thorns, all cause sorrow for one another. The Father is the gardener. He is also called the boatman. You are also learning how to row your boats. The Father sits here and explains to you how each one's boat can go across. The boat consists of both the soul and the body. The saying, take my boat across. Souls and bodies are now both impure. Now, how can you go across and where can you go? You now understand all the secrets of the incorporeal world, the subtle region and the incorporeal world from the golden age to the iron age. So why does thus not remain in your intellects? Why do you forget? If thus constantly continue to trickle into your intellects, you would remain happy and become free from all worries. You know that Baba has come to take you back home. The Father is giving you the knowledge that He has. These are completely new matters which no one except the Father can explain to you. The incorporeal Father explains to you through the corporeal one. You too listen through your bodies, and so the Father is making your children equal to Himself. Whatever is the Father's praise should also be your praise. There is no difference. The Father says, the only difference is that I do not enter the cycle of birth and death, whereas you do. You call me the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of happiness. Therefore, I definitely give you knowledge. I give it to you every cycle. You have now understood that you truly have been around the cycle of 84 births and that you have now come to the end. The Father then takes you into the first number This is knowledge, is it not? Knowledge is the source of income. Each one's income will be according to how much he or she studies. This is knowledge and also a business. You just give Baba rubbish. When someone dies, they give all of that person's things to a Brahmin priest. Here, you have to give everything while alive. In fact, that refers to this time. The father says, whatever you have, give that to Baba before you die and just become a trustee. Otherwise, at the end, you will remember everything you have. Wealthy people will not take knowledge. Their wealth is only for one path. They will shed their bodies. They don't know where they will take their next birth according to their karma. You know that whatever effort you make now, you will receive the reward of that accordingly. At this time, everyone does physical service. No one knows about spiritual service. The Supreme Spirit comes and explains this knowledge to you. He is the ocean of happiness, the remover of sorrow, and the bestower of happiness. People celebrate the birthday of Shiv, but this doesn't enter their intellects. Your intellect now have the knowledge that Baba will come in 5000 years' time and once again speak this knowledge to you. This knowledge will not exist in the golden age. So where could it come from in the iron age? No one in the world knows why they built temples to Lakshmi and Narayan. Who were they? Who gave them their kingdom? That was the fruit of their actions. The Father sits here and explains to you the philosophy of action, sinful action and neutral action. These are the versions of God. It is through the Gita that the original eternal deity religion is established. There are very few human beings there, but they all definitely receive liberation. They have even written about the Mahabharat war. Many calamities will come. There will also be natural calamities. The old world will be destroyed. They are the same bombs and missiles, and it is that same time of destruction when God came and created the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra through which the flames of destruction emerge. God creates a sacrificial fire for peace and happiness. However, sorrow and peacelessness definitely have to be destroyed. The whole world will be sacrificed into this sacrificial fire of the knowledge of God. These things are in your intellects. We are Brahmins. We Brahmins are the servants of Shivbaba's sacrificial fire. We are the true mouth-born Brahmins. Your children should accept whatever the Father says through his mouth. We have to follow Srimad. You also know that you will become elevated and the beads of the rosary by following the directions of Sri Sri Shivbaba. The genealogical tree consists of the beads of the rosary. There is the genealogical tree which continues to grow. Baba himself had this genealogical tree created. That too is a genealogical tree. At the top is incorporeal Shivbaba, and then there are the souls. The incorporeal genealogical tree then becomes corporeal. The first number is Prajapita. This one is physical and that one is subtle. The spiritual father comes and creates it through Prajapita Brahma. You say, come and make the impure world pure. Annihilation never takes place. The history and geography of the world repeat. The old world then becomes new again. You are now making effort for the new world. Only the unlimited Father gives you thus unlimited knowledge. Even while having a limited inheritance, you remember the unlimited Father. They say, oh God, when someone is about to die, people tell him to remember God, the Father, and so this proves that there are two fathers. All souls are brothers. It is souls that call out, O remover of sorrow, bestower of happiness, O liberator, come, guide us back to our home. We remember our home, but we are unable to go back there because Maya has broken our wings. No one can return home. Each of you now has to ignite your own light. The oil will be poured into the lamp by you are having remembrance of the Father. The light cannot be completely extinguished. When someone dies, they light a lamp. They appoint one person especially to continue to pour oil into the lamp. Otherwise, there would be darkness. You now have to pour the oil with the power of yoga so that it will become light from extreme darkness. It will become Deepmala. Deepmala will be in the golden age, not here. You have understood the significance of all the festivals that are celebrated. Those people don't understand anything. Nevertheless, it is explained that the festival of Rakhi, etc., is to maintain purity. You should inject people with the injection of knowledge so cleverly that they feel that they truly are degraded and that only the Father can make them elevated. The Father sees Manmanabhav and you will become Satapradhan from Tamapradhan. You should shoot the arrow with tact. You need that power to be able to speak. You are now receiving power from the Father, the Almighty authority, and are conquering Maya. For only then can you receive your fortune of the kingdom. No one except the Father can enable you to gain that. The Father says, children, look what I make you from what you were. You should definitely constantly remember such a Father so that your sins can be absolved. The Father says, constantly remember me alone, and your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. You become whatever you think about. Therefore, the Father says, by remembering me, you will also become that. By having remembrance, your sins will be absolved, and you will return home. This knowledge is your source of income. When you have health and wealth, you also have happiness. There you have such a long lifespans. Krishna cannot be called Yogeshwar. You are Yogeshwar. Ishwar means God is teaching you yoga. This is Raj Yoga. You have yoga and attain your fortune of the kingdom. God teaches you yoga and gives you your inheritance of the kingdom. Who gave you the kingdom? The Father. The Father says, remember Alpha. Remember the Father and your inheritance, and your sins will continue to be cut away. This is very easy. You have so much knowledge in your intellects. The children of God are master gods. You can't just sit here with the Father. You have to play your parts. You have to become soul conscious while doing so. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, BapDada. The spiritual Father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual Father. Essence for the Dharana. First point, constantly churn the knowledge that the Father gives you. Continue to talk to others tactfully. Explain with a lot of love. Second point, give everything you have to the Father while you are alive. Become a trustee and remember the one Father. Blessing. May you be an embodiment of authority and benefit many souls with the intoxication of your most elevated position. Explanation. We are the children of the Almighty Authority. This is the most elevated position. Stay in the intoxication of this position, and any dependency on Maya will then finish. By being an embodiment of this authority, you can benefit any soul. Those who constantly have this intoxication receive the fortune of the kingdom for all time, constantly have this authority, and the world will bow down to you. You cannot bow down in front of anyone. Slogan: Finish the consciousness of mind with the awareness of the caravan heart, means one who inspires everyone. Father. Om Shanti